Hi, I'm Shantell Williams. I am the owner and I say executive chef of Shantell's, located beautiful 501 downtown Sanford. And I'm going to cook for you today a nice little home meal for any and everyone who's like something quick. We're going to do it two ways. The southern thing is fried cabbage. So I never really had a name for it other than fried cabbage. Started first, I wanted to check my oil. So I put some garlic in there and burned it up a little bit just so it smells good, you know. So whether you're using powdered garlic or granulated garlic, a little garlic in your pan, having your cabbage chopped up nice and not too thick, but enough to where it can absorb the flavors that you're going to cook with it. The onion is going to save that for the next when we add chicken, you know. So for now, this is just fried cabbage. We're going to have garlic, thyme, paprika, salt, pepper. So I'll start it off right now just by kind of thinly slicing my cabbage. I always cut it on a square, of course, something flat, otherwise it goes everywhere, right? And what I like doing, if I get a little, let me see, a little strainer, I know we'll do it with this. You may not have a strainer at home, I don't know. But I'll put it in here. I'll rinse it with a little cold water, drain the water off, and I'll put it right in the hot oil. And that's going to produce enough steam and water that we won't need anything else our entire time. So I'm going to turn that back on to low. Rinse off a little bit. Drain it much as you can and just put it right in the hot oil. It's going to be hot, so make sure you move away. That way don't pop you too much. And that little water we got there is all we need. And I had some garlic in here I put up in there as well. And with that, we're just going to add us some paprika. And I'd say a couple of sprinkles, maybe a half a teaspoon, if that. Some salt. About 1 tablespoon. Right? Pepper, same thing. Give a nice little flavor. And the best thing, I'd say, is thyme. And we'll try to move it under the bottom of the thyme, because I should have had that there before. Over that. Turn it up just a tad. I don't want it to steam, I want it to fry, so just that little bit of water we had on there is enough to allow it to fry really good. You'll see it caramelize. Use your your cast iron pot. Of course, the way it caramelizes in this cast iron is different from stainless. So we get more sugar out of your cabbage using this pot, I believe, than the stainless, because it always has a different flavor. So I always go with cast iron. All right, so the mustard's for another dish. I'm gonna cut up maybe a little more garlic, because now I don't smell it as much. But it's certainly in the flavor of the oil. And we used about I'd say maybe 2 ounces of oil, peanut oil we had available. And you can use any oil except olive, because the smoke point is much lower. So you want this kind of high. Let's see. And it's okay if it gets a little burnt, because we want that. That's what's going to give it the nice flavor. If I want to jazz it up a little more, I'll get some fresh vegetables a little bag of frozen mixed vegetables and throw it in there. My kids like broccoli. I like carrots and corn. I'm sure you hear the sizzle. Get me a little lid. Got one back there on here. A little lid to cover it. A little bit smaller. So this will be enough. We'll turn down our, I know we'll do a little plate too. We'll turn down our fire and then I'll do that. Just to let it sweat a little bit, make its own moisture. Just for a few moments. Oh yeah. And this is real good with some fried cornbread. Maybe we'll do that next. I mean, another episode, you know. Just got to remember this part. So sweat a little bit, made some more water just sweating in there. And I'd say roughly, we only did about a half a head of cabbage. And you know, it cooks down a little bit. That time, you won't believe how it's flavoring it, trust me. It'll give a whole nother flavor just having that thyme in there. The peanut oil kind of gives it a little, a little flavor, of course. As I've seen it cool down a little bit, I'm going to turn it right back up so we can build that frying again. Get some of those tough edges. The closer it gets to the core, which we took off our core, you can see, took off the core. That's the toughest part of the cabbage. So you can always cook the core, but you gotta have to cut it down, shred it down really, really nice. My mother doesn't waste anything. She cooks everything. So even the green edges, their skin's a little tougher. It gives it nice flavor and color as well. So. Gonna be really good. Chevy Aroma TV. Let's start there. Ginger tells me about oven mitts. If you got a cast iron wok, it works real great too, so you can at least shake it up and tumble it. This has a little weight to it. I'm not shaking that up too much. Looking for some of that caramelization. I don't want nothing to happen on camera like glass breaking. Let's give them something to talk about. Let's break the glass. You just take it, like I said, about 8 minutes. You're good. If you got a nice tight lid, it'll go probably even a little quicker. But basically, we want it just to sweat, have that brown on the cabbage when you flip it over. That is all the flavor. So that little burn from the smoke or the caramelizing is really flavorful. And I don't know if you can get a little closer here. You can see. It's stuff to see. That little burn, huh? My kids like it really burnt. They like it all. Every edge of the cabbage has a little burn to it. You know, so you start to see that. And you can start eating it now. In terms of at this temp, you can see most of it's soft. Some still have crunchy parts. So just on your palate, what you decide. My kids like it a little softer. I like it just about right now. And so I'll bowl that up. Just see how it looks. fried cabbage. And so often on the menus we do specials. We'll often have fried cabbage. So come down, join us. If you want to know if we got fried cabbage on the menu, give us a call. Thank you.